another job to do would be a proper engine flush, because I've got some oil, I've got a new filter, and Len does need his oil changing, so we could do his oil change. That'd be fun. Would you like to do that? Should we give that a go? Maybe. I'll just go see if I can find my what's it called, drip tray for emptying, otherwise it's all going on the floor and we don't want that. There it is, just there, that green tray. That's going to be easy to get out, isn't it? No, it's under the tyres and it's under the tyre changer. That wasn't a pain in the arse to get out at all, no. There we are, some new oil, filter and the flush and the tub for draining it into. Not as I've got anywhere to put it once it's been drained, but we'll find a tub out for that. We'll go somewhere, put it in a pop bottle, put it back on the shelf. No one will know, well, not straight away. Says someone who has actually drank out of a bottle with oil in it, accidentally. Didn't do it on purpose, no, it was accidental. But no, you don't want to do it, no, not old engine oil anyway. Don't know what new engine oil's like, probably nice, but not really. Anyway, semi-synthetic anyway, allergic, maybe. Anyway, 1040, because Len does not like 2050. You put 2050 in him, he just gives it you all back, straight out the exhaust. He's like, I don't like this, have it back. I'm not an old man, I'm not having old man oil. I want 1040, so Len gets 1040 and that's the end of it. So 1040, nice little filter, only like 5 or 6 quid actually that was. Quite surprised that hasn't really gone up in price. And the motor flush. Now you're meant to get the car up to temperature, so I'm going to have him running for a few minutes and then put it in, let it bubble, however it says on the side, then empty it all out, and then we'll go from that. So the next thing will be getting everything in place, I think. Now we all know how angry Lennie can get, don't we? So started him up, and we've got to let him get warm, but not angry warm, just warm. What about I always use the top of my head to do that, I don't know why. But anyway, there he is running away. Yeah, there's a little thing here that it floats a little bit, and if I hold it down, he runs a bit smoother, but I'm not too worried. Not too worried. He's a feisty old beast, so he can purr if he wants. He's okay. He's okay. But yeah, he's running nice for what he used to do. Everybody's good down here, I think. Nice water pump. I think I changed that about a dozen years ago, don't know. But this head I did fairly recently. It was last year I did this head, because this is the head that was off Bluey, because Bluey had an A+ head, whereas Len only had an A head. So Len's head wasn't ready for unleaded, and it had been wearing away. So I swapped them over. And Bluey can use it because she's not going anywhere. She won't be going very far, so she can have oh god, Len, don't do that. She can have the old head and Lennie can have the one that's got the protection on it. Yeah. I've got 2 pumps. I've got a rattle pump there, which is the electric one, and I've got the manual one down the bottom, just like we did on Blue. Because that way, when he's been standing for a few days, all his fuel tends to go back to the tank. I don't know why he does that, but he always tends to do that. Even with the little boat tank that he's got now, he sends it all back to the tank. Strange way. So I think it's a negative pressure thing. I have actually put a valve on that tank so that it'll let air in but not out, to try and get rid of the negative pressure in the tank. So that's probably what was sucking it back in, to be honest. So it probably doesn't do it anymore, and that's not needed, but I'll keep it there anyway, because what you do is when you start the engine, normally the manual pump has to rah and pull all the fuel through, so you've got all that spinning the entire engine to pull the fuel to the carburetor before it'll start. Whereas this way, I just turn the keys on and the little clicky clacky pump does the same job without actually having to turn the engine over, so it doesn't use any amps. It uses a tiny little bit of electric to get the fuel up to pressure, and then it's just a case of starting the car and off you go. So that way, Len's crappy little battery, because it's not a great battery, it's not a great battery, it's got the word power on it, so it can't be a great battery, can it? Len's little battery that way doesn't keep going flat all the time, because constantly flattening a battery, as we've seen, doesn't do it any good, does it? So we'll let him get up to temperature, and then we'll undo the bottom. And well, actually we won't. We'll put the flush in, then we'll run it for a bit longer, and then we'll empty it out. Oh, that's not a bad angle. How long is it going to stay there before it rattles it off and it disappears down the side of the engine and then melts onto the block and destroys the camera? Won't be long. I'm going to go look at the flush. Said it wouldn't take long. Right, you're going to stay there this time. Okay, I've had a read of the tub, and it says to get it up to operating temperature, and then you stick this in to the running engine and give it 10 minutes. You give it 10 minutes and then you change the oil and filter. And it says in capitals, do not run the car, do not, drive the car with this in. Imagine the mess that would make at the inside of your engine, putting some strain on it with something on it that's a detergent that's taking any amount of lubricant your oil may have had away from your oil. That wouldn't be nice. Oh, that would be lovely, wouldn't it? But yes, I'm going to pop this in now because he's up to temperature and he hasn't got angry yet, and he hasn't started trying to kill me. So I'm going to pop this in. Making a lovely clip. Right. Yeah, there's still a bit of pressure there. That's nice. Can you see in there? Can you see anything in there? Can't really, can you? Right, let's get the lid back on. And we'll give it 10 minutes, which will probably turn into 5. He's starting to speed up. That's not a good sign, is it? As the oil's getting thinner. Oh my god, it's going to blow up. It's going to seize solid in like 8 seconds time. But yeah, I'll give him a few minutes. Well, I'll give him 5 minutes at least. And then we'll start draining it out. Yeah. Right, he's just put his electric fan on. So he's starting to get annoyed with me. And he's starting to tip-tap now. So there's not a lot of lubrication going on. It has been about 6-7 minutes, so let's see what temperature we're at. We're at fucking hot, mate, so okay, we'll turn you off. We shall turn you off at that, and we'll yeah, there's my little stereo under there, and we'll yeah, we'll start the process. So first thing I've got to do is undo the nut at the bottom. I had to look around for the proper size nut, couldn't find it, but this one's close enough. It's a 5-sided inch socket and it's good enough. I think the actual one is like, it's slightly small. It's probably about 24mm sort of size. I tried a 23, it's slightly too, but I tried 23 and it's slightly too tight, it won't go on. And this goes on and is slightly slack. But again, it's 5-sided, so it won't slip off or anything. We'll give that a go. I'll just set the camera up. Right, it's under there. You might not be able to see it very well. One, it's covered in shit. Let's you look. You see it now? Very easy to get to. Of course. This is an old car, of course it's easy to get to. Alright, let's see if this works or if it slips off and breaks my knuckles. Oh, wow, that's tight. Why is it tight? Shouldn't be that tight, come on. Oh my goodness. That is very tight. Might be go get a hammer time actually. Yeah, that might be go get a hammer time. That's about as clean as it's gonna get. So let's see if we can get it off again. I brought a hammer over just in case it needs any persuasion. Alright, let's try again. I put some hey. Right. You ready? Here we go. Look at that. Lovely Christmas tree as well. Got ourselves a little Christmas tree. Look at that. Nice. Lovely. Nice, it's nearly all out. That's good. Just cleaning off the a little spray of metal I had on here. Not much actually, thinking about it. Considering the last time I changed this oil is further back than I can remember. So, I don't know when I last changed this oil. Don't do many miles, you know, it's all about miles. Doesn't matter how long it's been in there, it's all about how many miles you've done with it, isn't it? Huh? Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. Look how clean it is now. Look at how clean that is now. Great these magnets are though. Imagine all them bits floating around your engine doing all sorts of untold damage when there's no need. No need at all. Yeah, let it keep having a little piddle. Yeah, it's in a little drain now. Have a look. Warm. Still got a little bit of viscosity to it, but you can tell it definitely needs changing. Definitely needed changing. Poor Lennie. Here he goes. Nearly all out. I'll give him a few minutes to just drip dry, and then we'll refit this, and we'll look at the oil pump. I might have a look at the oil pump before I refit this. Shouldn't make any difference. Yeah. Did I say pump? I'm not taking the oil pump out. That's a very big job with these engines. In fact, it's pretty much the only horrible job I can think of that I would not attempt is oil pump. I'd fit an external one or something. I just wouldn't do it. Absolutely not. And it's inside the gearbox, and the gearbox is the bottom half of the engine. So you'd have to strip the entire engine start to finish to get to it. It's like, no, I don't think so. I had to do the final drive on this at one point because it smashed one of its little star cog things and exploded everywhere, atomised the parts of it. But I managed to get all the bits back and saved the engine. But I did have to take the final drive out to do that, and they never reseat properly. They always leak from that moment on, but not too badly. I don't think he leaks badly out of it at all. Or if he does, he's he's probably sealed it up with goop now that I've now dislodged with my engine flush. Haven't I? Probably. Oh well. There we go. The only way I know to loosen an oil filter is to stick a big hole through it with a screwdriver. That I can't get out. Come on. Come on. Give it me. There we go. There we go. And it can drain that out now. Lovely. That's loose. Getting very oily now. Very hot oily. Oh yeah. There we go. There it is. Now of course let's hope the new one's the right one, because I've just made a big hole in this one. I can't put it back in now, can I? Who's it made by?
Dalej mam okropnie spocone wczoraj, jak zasypiałem, nie mogłem
I don't know, it's pretty old though. Yeah, it looks pretty old. Good, good. I can't touch you now though, because look, I can't touch you now, so I can't turn you off. There you go, I can turn you off now because I've done my hands now. Just, yeah, I've done my hands now, so all good. Hands that do oil changes feel as soft as your face. Still on mine. Right, where's me? I lost it, haven't I? Lost the plug. Lost the plug. And we've got the new Oilius Filtaris here. Nice. See if I can get the seal off. Definitely right though. I know it's right already. Looking inside, that's a pretty neat filter in there. It's pretty nice. Right. Let's have a look where he goes. Get that out of the way. And the bludgeoning stick that I use. Right, come here. Up there. You see the hole? Where it goes, that's it. Right. That's where I drop it in the oil. That's gone on. Finger tight is usually good enough. Well, that's a bit of gorilla grip tight is usually good enough. And we'll put the nut back in. And nut way can go back in. Of course, with a brand new copper washer, not the same one, definitely not. Okay, over there. Right. Not over tight, eh? Because you never get bloody open again, will you? You have to whack it with a big hammer. There you go. So there's the plug back in. Not like these modern plugs that are just a plastic thing that just snaps off and you have to replace it every time. Yeah, okay. I've got a big ass bolt there with a magnet behind it to try and protect your engine. You know the difference. There's not a lot of oil in there. I think he takes about 4.5 litres, something like that. So we'll put it in until it gets up to the full mark on the stick, and then we'll spin the engine about, which should then fill the oil filter, and we'll check it again after he's been running a couple of minutes on his new oil and just top it up where we need. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Right, up the top. Did you hear that? Can you hear that funny noise? That's Lennie having a little protest. But only a little protest, because he's like, I'm getting something nice now, I shouldn't really complain. No, Lennie, you should not complain. Right. Funnel, of course, was in the old oil in the thing, so it's covered in bits, and God knows what now. It's nice. I'm going to clean it off before I even start. Clean down its tube before we even do anything. It's good enough. Right. Good old 10 foot, well, good new 1040. Best quality oil that the internet can provide for the least possible money. Oh, it's got one of them silver seal things on it. If only I had something with me that was capable of poking holes and things. Right. Oh, look at the golden lovely gloop. The golden lovely gloop coming. Gloop, 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 gloop. Now you have to watch these because it runs down slower than you're putting it in. And what happens is the the tappet cover fills completely with oil, and then it all comes out and goes everywhere, and you have to be ever so careful. Because it's like, no, I didn't ask for that. Sometimes it's easier without a funnel in that case, but I'm old now, so I wobble all over the place. And imagine how much of this would be all over the engine and all down the front, and how much smoke it would make when I start the car. No, I use a funnel. It's okay, I use a funnel. I suppose a warm engine, this will go in easier. It'll slip right in. Lovely. Always slips in better when it's warm, doesn't it? Right. How far are we now? How much is in this anyway? 5? Yeah, this has got 5 litres in it. Tell you what, I'll look away whilst I'm pouring something. I'll just look away whilst I'm pouring something, because that won't cause any trouble. No. It came up the funnel then, so I'd filled the rocker box again. Okay. Stop for a sec. We have 2 litres left, so we've put 3 in. Put 3 in. We're 3/4 of the way there. We're 3/4 of the way there. That's not bad. 6/9, aren't we? 2/3. Nice. Fractions, eh? Fraction lessons whilst changing oil. Isn't that nice? No. No, alright. I won't do that. Alright. Len's still crying through that cap. Still having a little jerk like me. It's like, me. Yes, Lennie, I know. Yeah, I know, Len. Yeah, you're getting some more oil. Shut the face. Shut the face, Lennie. That's down to 1 litre, so now we're at 4 litres in there. I think he takes 4.5, but let's just check it on 4. Yeah, it's a bit low. Let's check him on 4, eh? See what 4 looks like on the stick. Looks like minimum. Yep, it's dead on minimum, I think. Okay. So we'll keep going. Glug, glug, glug. 'Cause remember, there's nothing in the oil filter at this point. So Lennie's going to be a thirsty boy, isn't he? He'll take more than he should. We'll see. He's going to end up taking it all, you know he is. Right, what have we got left? Got about 1/2 litre left, so that's 4.5. 4.5 litres if the bottle's to be believed. Let's have a check. Dead in the middle. Dead on 4.5. Dead. It was right. It was. See if we can get this on camera. Actually, probably not, but let's see if we can. There we go. Look, can you see that? Let's see. Can you see? Well, it's just slightly over the middle there, and I'm dripping oil, God knows where, over everything. Probably straight down some electrical contact somewhere. So I'll give him a little splash more because of that filter. Just a touch, and then we'll start him up and see what he does with his oil. See if he throws it all over me, or if he keeps it and says yes, thank you, Daddy. That was very nice of you. Now do it a bit more often, like every year or something. Yeah, whatever, Len. Right, where's the cap? It's not like I thrash the knackers off him every day or anything, is it? No, I wouldn't do that. The dangerous bit. Oh my goodness, be careful. Dugga. I've got to try and get this into an empty tub. That's going to be fun. I have got some empty tubs, but it's when you're first pouring it, you've got all this weight, all this weird balance in this, and you've got an empty tub that wants to fall over, and it's just a disaster waiting to happen, isn't it? So I'll try and record that, because it might be a disaster and that'd be fun. Are we ready? I have a big tub with a nice big hole in the top. We have this thing. Oh, wait a minute. Even better. Right, we got this thing. Oh, of course, pick the camera up. What do I do? Dribble. Oh, I'm doing it again. Dribble all over the floor. But that worked. That went in. Nice. And there's no nasty chunks of engine in the oil that I've took out, which is good. It's all nice and black and gloopy. Nice. I have of course got oil everywhere now because I dribbled it all down the side. But at least this bottle had a nice big lid. So there we go. I'll store you in the shed for a million years because there's no way we can get to the tip anymore because you have to make an appointment, and then you have to go for an interview, and then you have to go for a competition, a national competition on to win a place at the municipal tip so you can get rid of your shit if you've filled all the correct forms and regulations in. It's just ridiculous. You used to be able to go there and throw away whatever you wanted. Now, can't throw anything away. Watch you like a hawk. And you can't take stuff away either. You can't steal stuff from there. That's no good, is it? The whole point of going to the tip was to see what was in there that you could take back with you. Because we don't go to the tip to drop rubbish off. We go to the tip to get more. So it works. So that little drip on the floor there is me. That's from where I punctured the pump. Punctured the oil filter, and that's just a little bit from where I was messing around putting the nut in, and I dribbled a bit then. So doing a couple of little dribbles, that's not bad. And remember, I got some on the fins, didn't I? When I was unscrewing it, I got some on the fins, so they're going to drip a bit as well. But not bad at all. So we'll give him a run, and well, we'll start him up and see how he likes his new oil. Don't fall over. Took him a second for his oil light to go off because of course he had that big air thing, big load of air in his filter, didn't he? So now he hasn't. So we'll see how he likes his new oil once he's thrown it around a bit and realised what he's got. Once he realises what he's got. He sounds like he likes it. Yeah, he definitely sounds like he likes it, so that's good. One thing I do have to do to Len though is the exhaust. That little pig is bonking on, you can't see it from here, it's bonking on the fuel tank. Especially when he's sitting in traffic and he's getting angry, it starts bonking on the fuel tank to let you know that it needs sorting out. So I'll have to do that as well, but the trouble is the exhaust is going to be nice and hot now, isn't it? Not really, not ideal, so I might not do that today. Still works, it doesn't, you know, doesn't matter, still works. Just make a lot of knocky noises, that's all. But Len seems to like his new oil, so we can go with that.